Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Um, Welcome back to MSc Diaries. Today is term 3, week 4. I can't remember. I think it's week 3, possibly week 4. God, I don't know. One, two, 3. Week 3, term 3, week 3. Unofficially. How am I doing? Today, this week was week 2 of my new job. How am I finding it? I'm enjoying it so far. To be fair, this week, I didn't do a lot of work. Again, it's still my second week. We had like 2 away days. So we had a team away day on Tuesday and a company away day on Wednesday, which was a lot because there was like a lot of new people for me to meet, and yeah, but it was good. I found it really beneficial. It was good to like meet people and talk to them and stuff, and like find out what they do. I didn't speak to as many people as I would have liked, but it was overwhelming. And in all honesty, I wanted to have fun. The event that we were at, or the place that we were at, there was axe throwing, karaoke, mini golf, and something else. And I think I started kind of like talking to people, and then I did mini golf, and then we stopped because there was food, and then I went back to mini golf. No, did I go back? I did go back to mini golf, and everyone was like, let's do karaoke. And I was like, okay, cool. Once I finished mini golf. But then while I was doing mini golf, I was like, actually, when else am I going to get a chance to go axe throwing? So I did axe throwing. How do I feel about it? Not necessarily a fan. I think I am one of those wonderful children people that grew up watching Final Destination. So a lot of it was kind of like, this is gonna end badly. It didn't end badly, which is good, but I was just like, I don't think I would do it again. I would like to try archery, and the girl that I was speaking to that like worked there, like we ended up speaking about like skydiving and bungee jumping and stuff. And there is a video that I saw. I don't know if I saw it on TikTok or where. And this girl went bungee jumping, and she was like dancing, and then she like ran and just jumped. And I feel like if I went bungee jumping, that's how I would do it, because that means like I'm in control of the situation as like a minor control freak, rather than like waiting for you to be pushed. I feel like it'd be scarier if you were waiting to be pushed, if that makes sense. I feel like once you're in control and it's kind of like it's in your hands, it's less scary. So I was saying, like, I think if I bungee jumped, that's how I would do it. But I'm terrified. Your girl is shook, because like in my mind, like I'm obviously always gonna think about like all the ways things can go wrong. So because of that, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to. While you're actually here, degree stuff. This was my first time seeing our supervisor since our first meeting with our supervisor. So I think I missed 2 events, and then I couldn't go last week. Yeah. So how did it go? It went terrible. I actually don't know what's going on. I don't know what anyone is doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And because I don't know, I'm playing catch up, but I don't know what I'm catching up to. I think personally, I feel like it's been badly organized, but I'm trying not to like let that be the reason, you know. So like as I'm saying this, sorry, suddenly I'm like exhausted. as I'm saying this, like, I'm looking at the coursework specification, which wasn't available, or I did not see it last week when I was on the module page on Moodle. It wasn't available, but now I can see it, so yay, I guess. We've got a presentation that's due on the 25th. Sorry, it's like under my stuff. Try not to flip the camera. On the 20th. So my report is due on the 20th and my presentation is due on the 25th. And Bangtan is back, supposedly on the 21st. Yeah. Tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I feel like the month of May is going very quickly. And I feel like even more so because it's like I haven't started, which isn't actually true. I found my main case studies. One of them, case studies, because I print stuff out so I can read it. One of them is entitled "Addressing Ancestry and Sex Bias in Pharmacogenomics." Yeah, that is one of my key case studies because it has information that I was just like, this will be beneficial. But when I say like I don't know what I'm doing, is actually I'm gonna have to come back once I'm gonna have to come back once I've gone through the coursework specification to like confirm what I'm doing, or I have a better understanding of what I'm doing, because at present I don't know what's going on, and because I don't know what's going on, it's stressing me out, and because it's stressing me out, I feel like I'm more stuck than I need to be, which is stressing me out more. So we didn't actually have like a detailed coursework specification for this module. We had like a generic individual and group project sheet of paper, but it didn't have like the marking scheme, etc., attached to it, which is now available, which is like, okay, good. I'll have a better idea of what I'm working towards. But the problem is I haven't read it. Why haven't I read it? Because I've been exhausted. And like the fact that I've just been continuously yawning lets me know that actually I need to go lay down. I think deciding to not deciding, but like starting a new job whilst trying to do a master's, and then like because of the issue with my knee and I'm trying to work on my lung capacity, I've been working out a lot more, and I think it's been like a shock to my system because it's like you're exerting a lot of energy that you don't necessarily have because you haven't been sleeping well and you haven't been feeling well for a long time. So the energy that you're exerting, you need to recuperate it, but how you're recuperating it, you don't know. Yeah, so I'm a little all over the place. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stop this here. Today's Friday. What I will do is I will come back on Monday. I'll come back on Monday. And then I'll come back on Monday with the aim of like being in a better place to like having actually gone back to like work stuff and be in a better place to talk about, okay, this is where I currently stand, this is what I'm working towards, like with actual fleshed out plan, because at the moment I don't have that, and because I don't have that, I actually don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to say this video is a waste, but like it's a benchmark of, okay, on this day I didn't know where I was, this is what I need to work towards, this is the amount of time that I've got to do it in. I think that will be a very good plan. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to see you guys later, I guess. See you on Monday. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, I'm debating whether or not to take my braids out because they hurt. Like, long braids are like fun, but like they hurt. or they're hurting me. But then also like how my ADD brain works. I'm like, oh, I want to take my braids out, but I don't have time to take my braids out because taking my braids out is going to take at least a day. And then I'm going to have to wash my hair and blow dry it and then like do something with it. That's a whole day. I don't have a whole day to do that. So I might just keep them in for another week. Yeah, I think I might just keep them in for another week. I'm not going anywhere next week. That's not true, actually. Next week I'm going to go watch Sinners again with my friend. But I think that's about it. Yeah, next weekend. Next weekend I'm watching Sinners again. So, yeah. Oh, I still haven't... the grades for my database and data infrastructure hasn't been released as yet. So I still don't know what I'm supposed to be working towards. Or what my grade is to determine what I need to be working towards as part of my group project or my individual project. I don't know as yet. Hopefully our grades will come out this week, or they're out now and I just haven't seen them yet. Yeah, I went for a walk and I got distracted. Not distracted, I bumped into this lady that I bumped in a couple of weeks ago. When I was having beef with the lady in the post office. And like we ended up talking and then like ended up hanging out with her and her dog and like these other two dogs. And then this other dog came. And now I think I want a small dog. Because her dog is a Bichon Frise. Then the other dog that came was a Jack Russell. And then the other dog that came was a Terrier French Bulldog mix. I'll be so honest. Terriers and French Bulldogs, don't mix those breeds. It was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, cool dog. It was a bit ugly in the face. I always said that I would want a wire-haired Jack Russell Terrier like Eddie from Frasier. So I was like my favourite dog. When I was younger, that was my favourite. Actually, was Eddie my favourite dog? Eddie was my favourite dog as a teenager. When I was younger, we had two dogs. I don't know what breeds they were when I was little. Peggy and Bashi. And yeah. I don't know what breeds they were, but they were my favourites when I was really, really small. And then I don't know, then like my dad when I was older, my dad got a German Shepherd. Not really a fan. When I say my dad, I use it interchangeably. In this instance, I'm talking about my stepdad, not my biological dad, who is ill. Yeah. And like, so basically, the Jameses, these guys that I used to work with, one of them has two Shih Tzus. Yeah, I think. What's annoying is I only remember one of their names. It was two. One of them was a bit unfriendly. He'd been neutered and he wasn't very nice. But the other one, I love him with all my heart. His name is Teddy. I used to just love picking him up and holding him. He was just such a darling. And it made me want a Shih Tzu. And it made me want a Shih Tzu because like Teddy was well looked after. He was well looked after. They groomed him, they washed him themselves. And like he had like a weekly bath. He was a nice smelling dog in comparison to the dog of the owner of the company that I worked at. He did not look after his dog. His dog stank. What was his name? Finn? His name was Finn. He stank. He was badly behaved, ugly little smelly dog. He wasn't ugly. He was a very cute puppy, but yeah, they weren't good dog owners. But I feel like owning a dog would require a lot. As in, for me, like, I don't want to say owning a dog is like having a child, but owning a dog is like having a child. Like, I would see that dog as like a part of me. That's my dog. And I feel like there are a lot of irresponsible dog owners out there. As I learned today, because apparently there's a whole there's beef going on between the dog owners in my area because somebody has a dog that they like to walk off lead, and this dog has attacked two other dogs. And then it comes to find out that that dog, the dog owner that we thought was a dog owner actually isn't the dog owner. It's not even his dog. It's his girlfriend's dog. So his girlfriend's dog is very badly behaved, and because of the breed and the size of the dog, I from like my little readings and my little obsessions about dogs when I was younger, I know that that dog does not respect him because most dogs are pack animals, and this particular breed is definitely a pack animal. And yeah, but the neighbor that I ended up speaking to was telling me that she saw they were in the park like a couple of days ago, and she thought that the big dog, I'm not gonna say the breed, just in case like anyone I know ends up watching this. But yeah, she thought that the dog was gonna try and attack her dog, or like the small dogs because their dogs are quite small. But actually, the dog wanted to play, and it like it's she said like it started kind of like hopping around and like looking at its owner like, please play with me, and she was just like, owner didn't even pay any mind. And like that's what I mean about like irresponsible dog owners as well as irresponsible parent. Like it is your responsibility, it's your duty to ensure that your humans, your little humans, and your pets are stimulated mentally, physically, emotionally, that they are looked after and that they are cared for. Because I feel like to have a dog and to own a dog and to not care for that dog and to not stimulate that dog, like it's not fair. Like dogs don't even have like a very long lifespan, so to treat it so terribly, it's not fair. Like people like that should not be dog owners. I feel like people like that full stop should not be pet owners. And then I think about people that have children and that don't raise their children, in the bin, in the bin. Because like, give you an example, I actually need to go, but like to give you an example, like I remember I was in like a supermarket a while ago, and this lady was there with like her small children, and like the child was just being a child. They was making so much noise, but it was hilarious. Like they was just being children. And like I remember we were at the self checkout and like we were paying for all our stuff, and she was just like, oh, I'm so sorry about the noise. And I said to her, like, why are you apologizing? And she was just like, oh, well, like they're noisy. And I was just like, but they're a part of society. Like your children are part of the community. They are part of our society. It's not my place to tell them not to make noise. They are children. They need to be heard. They need to be seen. Like we've been ushered into a place where like children aren't allowed to be in public spaces anymore because they're noisy, and it's like they're children. And it's like, no, like I was like to her, like, no, they're part of our community. Like I want to hear them making noise. I don't care who they disturb. I honestly, I don't care. Like children should be children, and they should be allowed to be children. I do not believe that children should be seen and not heard. They shouldn't. Children should make up the noise, make up all the noise. Children should be rambunctious little humans because that's what they are. And I feel like people that try to stifle that are a danger. So yeah, I think children should make noise, children should have fun, children should be able to play and be children and use their imagination. And children should not be iPad kids. They should not be iPad kids. Children should be able to play with their imagination. And like I think about like what this lady told me about this dog, and it's like this dog just wants to play and it has no one to play with. And because it's been given like this bad, I don't want to say like this bad name, but because it's been given this bad name because this irresponsible owner, like all the other dog owners don't want to interact with that dog. And it's kind of like, that's really, really sad. Like that dog just wants to play, wants to be a dog, and it can't be a dog because of irresponsible owners. So yeah, anyway, my rant is over. I'm going to go eat something. I'm going to do some reading. I've got to do reading anyway. I've got reading to catch up on. I think I've got like 30 pages to read in my book. No, 40. I've got 40 pages to read in my book. I've got a case study to finish reading. I've got coursework specification to finish reading. I've got a lot to do. I gotta go because my food is burning. It's been great. I will see you in the next one, which will be on Monday, to give you an update of like where I am. So take care, kids. Bye.